So hi students, we have a question here to go through, and the question says that a mechanism of crank and slotted lever quick return motion is shown in the figure. If the crank rotates counterclockwise, look carefully, he has given clearly it's counterclockwise. So already we have marked here in this direction the crank is going to rotate. The meaning is the crank is AB, right? So the crank is AB and it rotates counterclockwise. It rotates with an RPM 120, right? So I hope that all of you know how to convert RPM into angular velocity, which is 2 pi n by 60, and here n value is 120, right? And now determine for the configuration shown the velocity and acceleration of the ram D. Also determine ram D means this is your slider itself. Also determine the angular acceleration of slotted lever. So two things he has asked. One is velocity and acceleration of D, which is the slider. This is the first thing which they have asked. And the second thing they have asked is angular acceleration of link OC. Okay, so these both are the things you need to find out. So now I'm going to teach you step by step exactly how to find out these things. Okay, so now we have step one. We have to follow a few steps. So we have the first step. Step one is draw the configuration diagram. Draw the configuration diagram. And then how do you draw it? Just remember a few things what you can see, because I'm going to change the slide, and on a fresh board I'm going to draw each and everything which you see right now, so you can take a note of whatever you are looking at. Okay, and then we can proceed. For configuration diagram, first I'm going to draw the references. Whatever line you have seen in the beginning, or you are seeing right now in the beginning, the top line is the place where the RAM is present, and I'm going to take 300 mm below it. I'm going to draw another line. I'm going to draw another line, and under this line 400 mm below it I'm going to draw another line. These are the reference lines for me to make it easy to draw the diagram. Okay, now we know that AO, the length AO is 400 mm, right? So I'm going to draw a vertical line which is AO and which is 400 mm. Okay, and the next thing is I'm going to label these things. This is O and this is A. Now let's take a different color so that we can easily differentiate. Take 45 degrees with your protractor. O as A as center, 45 degrees with your protractor, and AB length is given as 150 mm, right? So mark 150 mm with 45 degrees. I'm going to get this one. Okay, now my target is I need to draw O as center. Okay, connect O. From O you can connect passing through the point B. Just draw a line with the length 700 mm, which is OC. Okay, you can draw a line 700 mm, which is OC. Now C as center, cut an arc. Let me write down. So this is O, this is B over here, right? This is C. C as center to gain D. So cut an arc with CD. What is the CD length? So CD length is given as 200 mm. So take this center, cut an arc with the 200 mm. Mostly it might be cutting here. Now you got each and every point required to solve the problem. This is the configuration diagram. Okay, and now I'm going to even show you what is the where are the fixed points. These are the fixed points. We are going to hatch it off, and you know that there is a revolute joint here, there is a revolute joint here, and there is a slider here. It also has a revolute joint, slider, and there is a revolute joint here, there is a revolute joint here, and there is a slider here, and there is a fixed portion here. This fixed portion I'm going to label as G. So this is the configuration diagram. We have completed the configuration diagram. This is the configuration diagram. Now to find out various things, I'm going to draw a small tabular column. Okay. In the first block, you are going to have the name of the link, and then in the next block, we are going to have the magnitude of the velocity of the link, and the third block will have the direction of the link, right? So I'm going to write what are the different things we are going to know now. First thing is which link are you talking about, and next thing is uh, magnitude of velocity, and next thing is direction of velocity. Okay, now coming to magnitude of velocity, I'm going to tell link AB. Link AB, A with respect to B, sorry, B with respect to A is in pure rotation. B with respect to A is in pure rotation. Let me show it using our reference system, which we use. So we are, yellow is all reference, right? So A as center and AB as radius. This is going to happen for this link. Okay, there is going to be the rotation. Yes, almost. Yes, so this is the way. And now B is on the slider and B dash is on the lever. B dash is on the lever, B is on the slider. Remember those parts. So I can write B dash is on the lever and B is on the slider. Very important to know this. So now link AB is in pure rotation. So velocity of point B with respect to A is equal to R times omega. R is the link length itself and omega is 2 pi n by 60, right? So now I can see that the value here, AB is already given as 150 mm, and this is 2 pi n is 120 by 60, which will give you 1884.95 mm per second. So this is the magnitude which you got. And what is the direction of the link? Now if your direction of the velocity, now how to find out the direction of velocity? Just draw perpendicular to AB, and since it is rotating anti-clockwise, the direction is definitely downwards. Just assume a particle on B as the link AB is rotating, in which direction it will tend to fall? It will tend to fall in the downward direction, right? So remember that logic, and this is the direction of the velocity of the link. And I'll show it with the arrow clearly. Yes. We will parallelly draw it in the main velocity diagram also. So I'm going to start the velocity diagram over here. I hope you can see, locate this point very clearly here. And we need to draw perpendicular to it, the link AB. So perpendicular magnitude is 188.1884.95. So scale it appropriately. Scale it appropriately. You will get proper readings. You have to scale it. So scaling can be done in many ways. So let's say that I'll do in this manner for scaling purpose. For scaling, I am going to do, I'll convert it to meters first. 1.88 meters per second is the value of VB. Okay, so I will do 1.88 is, I'll just double it maybe, 1.88 times 2. What is the value which I'll get is 3.76. So 3.76 centimeters. This also might be my scaling. From meter per second, I'm converting to centimeters. Just double it. Okay, so it is 3.7 value. I'll draw a downwards arrow, and this is O comma A comma G. All are not moving, right? So A is fixed, O is fixed, G also is fixed. So that's the first thing to do. and this end is point B. Now, what is the next thing you know? Next thing is B with respect to B dash. B with respect to B dash. If you see that B dash is fixed, B is sliding over it. So what did we discuss earlier? That whenever a body is sliding, the velocity is always parallel to the motion of that link on which it's sliding. Okay, so parallel means this direction, right? And since anti-clockwise, mostly it's going to go down, the slider is going to go down. So I'm going to draw, I know the direction but I don't know the magnitude. I know the direction, no, magnitude is unknown. Okay, don't worry about the magnitude right now because it is unknown, we don't know. We don't know right now. So draw the direction, right? Draw the direction of the slider passing through B. Exactly, exactly we don't know, right? Parallel it should be. Whether I should draw it on the top or bottom, we don't know. Just draw it this manner. It might cut anywhere. Okay. So I know that on this link I have B dash, but I don't know where. So now what do you do? The next step is go to O B dash. O B dash. Look at the diagram, you'll come to know O B dash. B dash is on lever O. So O with respect to O, B dash is in pure rotation, right? B dash is in pure rotation. So how will the direction be? The direction is perpendicular to the motion. So I can see B dash perpendicular to the link, right? So perpendicular to the link and direction is perpendicular to the link, right? So this is perpendicular to the link, and don't worry about the direction. Okay, just put it here, put it here. The direction is actually in which direction? It is anti-clockwise motion, right? So it will be down, the arrow will be on the other side. It means it will be coming towards the left. If you look from here, the arrow will be coming like this. And what is this about? This is of B dash with respect to, or we can say link O B dash. The same link O B dash. Okay, I know the direction passing through O, right? So where is O? O is here, and I will just copy the direction over here. So the same direction perpendicular to the link, right? And passing through O, yes, passing through O, and this one perpendicular. Now immediately I got a point which is B dash. Is it perpendicular? Yes, it is perpendicular passing through O, since it is O B dash, right? So O is on one end, B dash is on other end. Because we already discussed that this line contains B dash, and now we are saying that this line also contains B dash. So wherever they're intersecting, that point itself is B dash. I'll just write it under it so that some space is saved for us. Yeah, B dash. So this point is B dash. Well and good. Now we have what? We have B dash. We have O. Do we have C? C is on the same link, guys. You can see O, B dash, C are on the same link. So now I want to study about OC. How to study about OC? Now magnitude. I can easily know the magnitude. How will I know the magnitude is? Check out over here. I will use the method of ratios to find out the magnitude OC. Okay, magnitude of OC, the velocity of magnitude of OC, I'm going to find out in this manner. Capital O, capital C, from the configuration diagram, this is divided by capital O, capital B dash is equal to small o small c. From the velocity diagram I can measure that small o and small c. I need to know that, and I can measure small o small b dash. Yes, just cross multiply these things. So I will find out small o small c is needed to be found out. Capital O capital C is there, capital O capital B dash also there, and small o small o b dash also there. So based on that, I'm going to get on the same line O B dash C. OC, after I get, I will measure it, and I will mention that this point is C over here. After measuring, I will get this point C. Okay. Now what is the next step? We are still going, right? So we are going to CD, link C and D. Do you know the magnitude? I don't know the magnitude, but I know the direction, which is perpendicular to link, downwards or upwards. No need to worry about it. Okay, but one thing is it should pass through C. It should pass through C because it is CD. It should pass through C in the velocity diagram. So passing through C in the velocity diagram, I just drew a line. Okay, upwards, downwards, anywhere it can touch. So just draw it and hold on because yes, I have erased that point clearly so that we can differentiate. Yeah, this is point C over here. Now, passing through C and perpendicular to CD, draw a line. Right, on this line, you know that there is D, but we don't know where it is. So we know that D is also connected with G. D is also connected with G, and the motion is linear. So check where is that G in this diagram, and it's linear, right? So this is the direction CD, D and G with respect to D and G. So D and G, go to the next link, right? D and G here, and write down D and G. We don't know the magnitude, but we know the direction, which is parallel. So now again, we are going to go and do that. So passing through G, right? Passing through G, and you'll find out D. Passing through G, and you'll find out D, wherever they are intersecting here. That is your value of G. So this is your value of D. So this is the value of D over here. Now these are all extra lines I have drawn very long, right? So let's erase them and make it neat that you will understand clearly. So this is the line, right? And here also erase it. Actually, how it will look. That's what we are going to show now. Yes, this one. So this is your velocity diagram. I'll denote the arrows. So this is velocity of B with respect to A. Here, velocity of sliding, velocity of B with respect to B dash. Okay, and here B with respect to B dash, downward arrow. Okay, downward arrow here, B with respect to B dash. And then you can see velocity of C with respect to O, right? Velocity of C with respect to O, the direction, is it shown? Actually, I think velocity of C with respect to O, I have not shown. So it is similar to this arrow which you have seen on top of it, because it is perpendicular, right? That is the same thing. See, these both are similar, which if you see, both are similar, okay? And the arrow is again downwards, and then C and D, right? So velocity of C with respect to D, you can draw anyhow. You can draw a downward arrow or upward arrow. Velocity of C with respect to D, and then you have velocity of D with respect to G will be in this direction. Okay. So this is your velocity diagram. Fine. Let me make it a little niche. I hope that everyone has understood the concept clearly. So this is a different link. Then you have a different link here. Then you have a different link here. Yes, and then you have a different link here. And then you have another link here. Finally, directions, you can mention them. Okay, without any issues, you can mention easily what direction these are going. So what about these magnitudes? Are we going to leave the magnitudes as they are? No, we are going to find out magnitudes of each and every link now, right now. Okay, how do you find out the magnitude of each and every link? Now I have B dash, right? For example, B dash is here. Measure this B and B dash here, this length. So I can measure B dash length. For suppose I have got the length as 2.5 centimeters. Then how do I find out the velocity? Because I doubled it earlier. See here, while I was scaling, I made it into 2, right? So I need to divide it by 2 to get proper value. So I'm going to divide it by 2. So 2.5 divided by 2 is 1.25, right? So it will be like, actually it is 1.25 meters per second. It's not 2.5 centimeters. Okay. Suppose I get OD, measure the velocity of sliding, OD as, it looks maximum of everything, right? It's the most greatest length it feels like. Let's say it's 5 centimeters. The meaning is divide it. Okay. You have to actually, once you divide it, it will be like 2.5 meters per second, right? So this way you can descale. First you have scaled it, right? So here you have to divide it by 2, divide it by 2 to get the end result. It means you have to reconsider the scaling and make it proper. Fine. Okay. Thank you then.